Thank you for joining us on another interesting edition of our current affairs program, Issues of the Moment. This program is coming to you from the stable of Living Television, Abia, in southeast Nigeria. And today our talking point is politics. We are gradually entering into the period of electioneering. And today we have in our studio the gubernatorial candidate of Abia State Zenith Labour Party. He is Honorable Prince Onukwue. Onukwue, welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon.
Let me start this way. Honorable Prince Chibunna Onukwue is not a familiar name in Abia politics. How would you introduce yourself?
I thank you so much. One thing I know in leadership is that it is God that ordained a leader. If God ordained that I will be the Abia State governor, come from 2023, he will introduce himself. Also, because this time around, people now are looking what you want to offer to Abians, not by popularity again. Who knows you? Because people have been seeing a lot of people they know. I think they have been putting it. I don't think so many of them are disappointed in so many things they have been seeing. So I think this time around, thank God for the electoral law which was signed from the presidency. This time around is that it doesn't matter if they know you for a long time or they don't know you for a long time. But what matters is that what you can do and what you can tell others what you can do, and they believe, because anyhow it be, there is some people who knows me. Not everybody may know, just as you see. There is some people who knows me, and those who knows me can also canvass through what they know about me. But I believe the most important thing is that this time around, politics of this time around is not before like I know this man. We have been seeing him. We have been. No, people now want to use themselves and make their choice.
Okay, thank you. The question I ask is, Abians want to know who is Onukwue, the schools you attended, where you were born, and things like that.
Okay, I was born in Sunsun, initially in the north. I attended Faith Primary School in Basi. I also attended Pennywise Commercial School. And before finally, I wrote my WAEC in Nise Secondary School in Ishalangwa South. I also attended Ondo State Polytechnic. Here I have my OND and HND. I also attended Satisfying Tools of Shipping. Here I have my PGD, postgraduate degree in health and safety. For my OND and HND, I read marketing. So I think that is all for now for educational background.
Okay, what were you doing before now, before you jumped into politics? Because today we have those we call career or professional politicians. What were you doing before now?
Okay, already I work in company before in oil industry. I also do business too. I have a company that I use to do security outlet. So I also auctioneer by profession too.
Okay.
Federal government auctioneer, police auctioneer, and others. So that is what I'm doing. And the one thing I want to put it clear on whether somebody is, how long have you been in this politics? I think what people need is who will deliver. When Joseph delivered in Egypt, there's a lot of politicians in Egypt who has been there for years, working with fame. But when it is time, Joseph, I don't think he would have been in any political party or he has been in any group. When it is time, God brings him. And he went there and interpreted him, and they handed him over the economy of the Egypt. And he did well, perfectly. Because this thing we are talking is not how long you have been in the system. It's because some people may have the gift to be there, but at appointed time, when God wants you to be there, you will be there. So that is the way. And the person will deliver when he goes to the appointed time, when God wants him to. That's why I'm using Joseph. Joseph in Egypt, it's not an Egyptian self, but God used him to deliver the Egyptians through explaining the dream. When Pharaoh, nobody can explain it. And they handled him, Pharaoh make him his second command. And they handed him over the economy. And he handled it perfectly. More than those old politicians has been in Egypt for years. But he just come out from prison, they handed him over, he handled perfectly. He turned that in Egypt to another thing that other countries come to come and buy food. It was in the Bible, which I'm also promising by the grace of God. If I'm governor of this state, I will make something that people will come from other states and come and do job in this state. I have my things, my strategies.
Okay, thank you very much. During the outset of this very program, you talked about God ordaining a leader. Are you saying that God revealed to you that you will be the next governor of Abia State in 2023? Is that a message from God?
That one, I will not tell you that one now. Because I know in life, God did with covenant. And there is some certain things that may be secret between you and God. It's not something, that's why I'm putting, say, by the grace of God. If God say I will be a governor, because he is the one that has final say. Everybody will come out now. Nobody knows who is going to sit on that seat, but God knows who will be on that seat 2023. So that's why I'm saying, if God permits me, say I will be. That is why. So I'm not telling you that He have told me, He have said no. But that's why I'm using the word.
Okay, since you joined politics, can you share with us how it has been? What have you encountered since joining politics? Because I know that politics in Nigeria is very lucrative. So how has it been? What have you encountered?
Okay, well, let me say, this game, by the grace of God, let me say the initial time. That was why even when I went to the oil companies and do some work, I didn't want to anything that will lead me to involving in general. I want something I'll be doing personally. But the scenario is changed, it's not agreeing. First of all, I was Niger Delta Employee National Chairman as of 28 and 26 and 2628. They returned me, I roofed 8 years after they returned me. And that time I put a lot of people for work who knows me. I can put a lot of people. And there is some things. So even when I try to say, okay, let me go and do my own job. That was how I managed to enter the oil company. But as of there, the way God can have it, God is still sending me out of. So even I find out that whenever I'm doing something, people will benefit. Generally, it works for me. More than even you'll be surprising how God will be from one way to other, from one way to other. So when I find it out, there's a lot of things that happens. Where I was living in, where I have my house too, in a big place, I make the old Abia road, the Wonder road. I was in flood, came my house to, God came in. People criticize government a lot. After Wonder road, they work it. But before it wasn't like that. I make that place, they have prepaid meters all over the place. PhD doesn't tax them anymore. Even this road now that leads to Port Harcourt, I have go and investigate to the man representing Fashola here. He told me that whether that company to China company that is here. Even last year when I spoke, I said, what is holding the job? he said they have never released money. Even 3 months ago, I was with him. So let him make sure that this road will go through from that Port Harcourt to Oloji here, flyover here. But what I'm saying is, if God permits me to be a governor of this state, those one I know how to do it. Whether my party is a ruling party, is not a ruling party, I know what to do. Some of those federal road and state, they will be fixed.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Prince Onukwue. He is the Guber candidate of Zenith Labour Party in Abia State. We are going to take a break, and when we come back, issues of the moment continues. Don't go away. Welcome back to the program. You are still watching Issues of the Moment, and today our guest is the Guber candidate of Zenith Labour Party of Abia State. He is Honorable Prince Onukwue. And at this point, we are also going to open our telephone line so that you can ask him any question pertaining to the issue we are discussing on today's edition of our program. Now, Prince Onukwue, can you share with us the programs you have to ensure that Abia is developed?
Okay.
What's the agenda?
Number one is constant supply of industrial electricity. How am I going to do that? Somebody may ask. Already it has been set up here, but what we need is to activate it. Those poles you see from flyover down to that big pole, as of some years ago, 2015, one of my friends who is a NEPA manager in this town told me that pole cost each one of them 500,000, and the essence of that pole is to set industrial light so that industrial light will be 24 hours of light, industrial light in this side of the state. That was the essence of that thing, that pole. But unfortunately, it was not work out. Why? You know, if you can remember, there was a time Nigeria resigned, the former Minister of Power. So he was the one that wanted to carry that project with some foreigners. So now, later on, the President wife that time, they came and they contracted it. Even I heard that he pleaded on them to release only Abia zone for him, collect every other place as they use as a new distribution company. Leave only the Abia zone, let him manage, but it wasn't grant. So later on, as I was here, we have to resign from the position. Nobody starts him. So I'm also assuring Abians, if by the grace of God I am the governor of Abia State, such of opportunity has come to Abia, must establish here. Nobody can use under contract and removing what God has ordained to Abia to have a steady power supply for industry, which you can. That's why when I'm talking that, that's some of the criteria that lead me to say that if I'm the governor of Abia State by the grace of God, a lot of companies, a lot of people, companies will come all over this place. And when companies come here because of light, you will see a lot of people will come from all the states and looking for job, because that is what brings job. So I will make sure by the grace of God that that sector must be implemented. There's nothing can stop it. So that one is number one. Then number two, I will also make sure that accessibility of health will be perfectly. How am I going to do that? From my observation, I have observed in this country, since some people say we rule by military, what is this section need a proper monitoring? If person can has a personal hospital and manage it well, it's good. I think if they put proper management in all these Abia State Teaching Hospital, because people are paying, it will go. Some facilities will be put in, but the problem is some people may be there, even they may be telling governor everything is okay, don't worry, it's going well, it's not working.
Okay. I will have a caller on the line. Hello, welcome to Issues of the Moment. Can you tell us your name and your location?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us on the program.
Yes, this is Nnamdi calling from Umuahia.
Okay, Mr. Nnamdi, welcome to Issues of the Moment. How is Umuahia today?
It's fine.
Okay, go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, I want to, actually, you are doing a nice job. I want to ask the young man sitting beside you.
Yes, he is the Guba candidate of Zenith Labour Party.
Zenith Labour Party?
Yes.
Okay, actually, we've not heard of that name before. Actually, looking at him, he has a good intention for having. But I want to ask him one or two questions. His Excellency, sir, now how are you going to control the issue of insecurity in the East? I've actually, the current governor has died. In your own tenure, if given the time, I want to know how you are going to tackle the insecurity. Then another thing now is bad news. You know, Abia State in Nigeria, Abia State is labeled as one of the worst states in Nigeria in terms of infrastructure. So how are you going to challenge it? And finally, as I said before, you need to see your face on the billboard. And actually, I know the campaign has not started. Like other parties have started showing their face on the billboard. We want to do. Actually, I've not seen your face before any of the billboard. Remember, in Abia State, it's not only your region. So if you try to expand so that we know, because I've not heard of the name Zenith level party before. Thank you very much. I wish you good luck.
Okay, thank you very much for calling. Honorable Onukwue, he talked about
security.
yes, assuming you elected next year as Abia State Governor, how are you going to address the issue of insecurity and also bad roads, especially those in Abia?
Okay, thank you so much. And thank God I say that I have a security outlet, which is I'm into the system. In security, one thing I know in security is, from my observation, you will be somebody, number one, you will know how to disguise yourself. Because human being is not easy. You may send them to go and do this thing, they go there and do another thing. That is nature of human being. But when you disguise yourself in the oppression, you will catch those bad ones. Just like what somebody was saying, because I'm into the system. Now, I will set up a community. In every communities, there must be, we arrange a vigilante from the communities. And that vigilante, I will create a department which I will be monitoring by myself. So I know how to monitor because I'm into the system. Sometimes that's why I'm saying, in this country, because of army have rulers, if you sit down, you are a governor, you don't do some monitoring, you can't achieve anything. Those people rounding you up will be praising you, but at the back, they are doing another. You may have a good intention, except you can sacrifice yourself to go and monitor. How am I saying this? Most time I may disguise myself and take people unawares and go and check the people I put into the security, how is this going? And I make sure both the Nigerian police, the armies, I make sure they will work accordingly with how it goes with people, the masses. You make them to make sure say they all will be a friend to work together. But anyone I discover you're a bad ex, whether you are from the army or police or whosoever, or the people I put, I will make sure, tell your guy whosoever that is in charge, the IG or chief of army staff, that you must be removed in my state. Because when you do and 1, 2, 3, other ones they will set up. They will say, leave that governor, he's a very one kind man. I don't want his problem. You see, everybody will come out, everybody is faith, everybody will do the right thing. Both the ones you employ and the federal government or state government are this thing. So that is the way. Based, I have the experience and into the system, so I know how to do it. As I'm just giving some little summary, not all. So now the next question.
Bad rules.
He asked about bad rules. I'm promising Abia, if by the grace of God, I'm a governor of this state, beggar will come here and work.
Okay, Julius Beggar.
They will come here and work.
That's good.
I will put them, no matter however it will take, there is some major rules I will need them to work by themselves. I have my reason. Not that you will not use some local contractors, but there is some road I will need them, whatever it will take. Every month allocation, I'll be marking out. I will make sure they'll be here working. And I have my reason. So, in the road infrastructure, both federal and the state, I will make sure it will be fixed in order. Federal too, I know what to do because I know Nigerian system. That's why I say, even though my party is not on power, it's not the ruling party, I know the game to play. Okay, let me just chip in small thing. I told you people what happened in Onukwue. Let me use a small example, just secret. Not all. Let's assume I'm the governor of this state now. That road is there, that federal road is there. I may decide to one day, I call my local government chairman, come, go and mobilize people, block that place. Do something like this in AIT, flash it. As they are doing it, I can run to President Oga. I don't have peace in my state. What is holding this road now? I beg, help us, Oga. Let me have peace. You see what people are doing? I'm just giving you,
yes,
because I know Nigerian system, that since military has ruled us.